Actually, hi, welcome. Please like, share, comment. I'm actually making some soup with leftover. You see, I don't think you can see. And I'm going to add the rest of the meatballs because I don't have enough protein stuff in here. So earlier, uh, these are the leftover turkey meatballs. So earlier, I was thinking when I looked at what I used for the leftover, I was thinking that it had enough meatballs inside earlier. But as I just looked, it doesn't. So thankfully, thank God, I'm able to use this up because I was going to just turn these into a rice bowl, like kind of pair these with like spinach and make rice on the side. And so I'll have and then I would kind of just chop up the meatballs. So that would be one part. Then I have the rice and then I have the spinach. And so into a bowl. So yeah. So so that's soup. Thank God. I'm so happy. I really am. Because I was just kind of brainstorming regarding, well, how am I gonna use up the rest of this? Because I don't want the food to spoil because believe it or not, I just had some okra that I didn't actually use up. And so now and I had to throw it away. So yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience in the education system, and then I'm also going to kind of do some other videos regarding that. And yeah, so this is oh, that's spilling, you guys. It's my second week into the summer break, and I was just doing some reflection because about my experience. I'm also going to chop up some mangoes, peel some mangoes rather. This fell there. And let's see how I'm going to peel this mango. Uh, I think I'm going to use a knife to peel it and the reason being is because the skin, it's like overly bright. So I don't want to lose up all of the flesh. So I want to be able to maybe peel it back like so. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, and I'm trying to question about the dark trajectory that education seemingly seems to have turned into or is turning into, or has it always been that way? That's the question. Has it always been that way? And when I talk about dark spaces, and let's turn this down some more so it doesn't bubble over. There we go. When I talk about, okay, so I'm going to bring this over to the other table where I can sit and yeah, we can discuss this further, right? So when I talk about the dark spaces and dark places, I am referring to people's character, their personality, their mindset, their perhaps conceptual framework. I mean, it really should be about the kids. Um, but as well, mostly because that's why we're in the business of education. And so what I'm seeing is a degree of doing me mentality. I'm seeing a degree of selfishness. It's about the individual. It's not about a collective body, right? And I'm talking about people in power, leaders. This is specifically for the leaders, the administrators, the principals. Those are in charge, those who are in charge of their subordinates, their their employees. And what I'm seeing, it's about them staying afloat. And it's obviously a degree of desperation, right? It's a degree of desperation because when you have to stoop and when you have to do whatever you have to do, even if it means putting your subordinates or your employees under the bus, um, just so you can stay afloat, even if it means grade fixing, as was discovered recently via the New York Times, right? And at the end of the day, who is ultimately affected? The kids, the very kids that we're supposed to serve, those are the ones that ultimately suffer, right? But and then we find that parents who pay taxes, they don't have the slightest clue really what's going on in the system that they entrust their kids to. And from an educational perspective, parents have a right to know what's going on behind the scenes in the educational system. Because at the end of the day, this is going to affect their child, their son, their daughter, their children in the system. They're minor kids that are in the system. And so I am glad to see, it was an eye opener for me when I saw the post, the information from the New York Post. And what I see, and have personally been privy to, uh, educators, okay, they're so desperate, to kind of make themselves look good that they will stoop so far as to kind of have employees rat other people out. Well, now, I don't want to use the word rat, but what I'm saying is that they will gather information. They will just kind of violate certain ethics and boundaries just to get information on another employee, just to boost themselves and to make themselves look good, right? So they are wanting to hold their employees by a certain standard, right? But who's holding these principals and these administrators accountable? That is the question that I want to ask, and that is the question that many parents want to know. Yeah, so I am back here. So I'm waiting for the soup to finish doing its marination or marine. So I've got the skin here, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil the skin so that I can get the rest of the, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put in a pot right now, the rest of the juice or the flesh. So I'll make like a mango grain. I'll show you. So this skin is washed. So I am going to, because it's just going to be too tedious for me to actually just get the flesh, scrape the flesh off. So I'm just going to put this in there, and this is the soup using leftover ingredients. You see, leftover ingredients, fresh tomatoes, the turkey meatballs. Uh, the tomatoes are not cooked down the way it should. I have less leftover penne pasta from before. The green stuff is a bak choy. Yeah. So that is what I'm going to have at 11 o'clock. Let's turn this down. Some more water. Like a mango tea. That's exactly what I'm going to do, you guys. Like a mango lemonade. Okay. And let me cut the rest of the sliced mangoes up that I have here. And then I'm going to use tagine. That's what I'm going to do. Tagine. So slice these up. See, this is overly ripe, you guys. And I may actually throw this mango seed in the water that I have on the stove. Or I may try to get the flesh off of it. And the reason I want to do that is because it still has a lot of juice. So I think it'll be perfect for me to pop it in. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to bring this over and you'll see me with the mango seed. See? Put the mango seed in there. And of course, my hands are super runny, right? And I have a lime. I'm going to put some juice in there. Yeah. So let's cut the other mango. Yes. Here we go. This again is even softer. Look at that. Ooh, I like when it's got this stuff there. That's extra fiber stuff. I'm gonna cut and throw that out. I'm not gonna eat that. Let's see. Okay. That, I'm not even gonna put the seed in because it's got that black stuff there. Well, it's unfortunate because it's a nice juicy mango. This I'm gonna throw out. And let's see what we got here. What are we working with? Okay, this one has a little bit of nick something there. Take that off. It's just the extra fiber stuff. How are you wonderful, lovely people doing today? Have you had anyone to encourage you today and to say you're awesome? You love mangoes? Yes. Is it? Yes, it's mangoes. Welcome. Please like, share, comment. I'm actually in the process of breaking my fast. I've started this intermittent journey. So I'm just kind of prepping my stuff. I know this is a lot, you guys, but I have to turn it over. So, like so. I'm gonna wash my hands because I'm not gonna eat it quite yet. So look at this, right? So I've sliced that up. And I think I'll eat this with a spoon, you guys, because it's so juicy and soft. Yeah. And I'll show you what it looks like. Yes. So this is what I've kind of, yeah. So I'm not ready to eat it as yet. It's so soft, that's why I'm going to eat it with a spoon. I think that's enough to Jean. Okay. So that's that. And I have, in the meanwhile, I've been drinking some dandelion tea. I'm going to get some more water. And I'm going to show you, going to bring the camera over this way. I'll show you the soup that I made with leftover. Let me see. The soup I made with the leftover turkey meatballs, bok choy, pasta. I put some fresh tomatoes in there, and it's just simmering so all the ingredients can marry together. And here, you in this pot is the skin. I use some of the leftover skins and make it kind of like a tea syrup. This is the first mango seed, and it's gonna make like a drink. I'm gonna make a drink with that. Oh, and I'm gonna put some what I'll do is, can you see this? Yes. I've got this lemon and I'm gonna squeeze some lemon. Let's use this. Two places actually in the soup. Watch, look at this. And also in the mango syrup that I'm gonna make into a mango tea, lemonade of sorts, beverage, what have you, or whatever you want to call it. This is just for a little bit more water for the here. And oh, and then I'll just do the rest of the dishes while I'm waiting, for 12 o'clock. I emptied the dishwasher earlier. Oh, just careful to wash it. This looks like it's got something inside, but I don't know. Let me see. Okay, it's probably at the back. But I don't know what this is. It is. But it's making it look like it's not washed. And believe it or not, it was washed. And I didn't take it out from the dishwasher because I saw this thing here. But now, oh, it is inside. It's just hardened. So let's scrub it. Yep, it's gone now. It's gone. All right. That's it. All right, so let's go drink the tea. Watch me drink the rest of the tea. Put the water in there. And let's see here. I'm actually, this needs simmering down some more. Yeah, it's gonna be 11. Yeah, it's 11:42. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the trajectory of where the education system is going, given that recent article from the New York Post that came out this week. And can the educational system be saved? And not that this is something in all of the educational systems. Perhaps it's different in smaller cities, in more rural areas, because I've worked in them all. I've worked in rural, very rural, mid, and of course now a larger system. So I just kind of wonder, and my thing is, I feel like people have to earn a living, and it's unfortunate that some people, they prioritize making their money and bringing their bread home to take care of themselves and their family over ethics, right? And over character. And so sometimes there, not sometimes, there are teachers, there are educators who have sold themselves out for the sake of money. That is unfortunate. That's what I call bad eggs. They've sold themselves, principals that have sold themselves out for the sake of their sight is only on their retirement, and so whatever they have to do to get to that trajectory, regardless of who gets hurt along the way, is what they're going to do, and that's really unfortunate. And that's what I refer to as dark spaces and dark corners. This is some dandelion tea. So right now I'm waiting for 12 o'clock, and I think what I'll do is start this, because this will be nice to kind of comfort the palate, satisfying to the palate. I'll start eating some of this, and then I'll scoop my soup out, right? And so that it can cool, and I'll kind of go back and forth between this and that. And oh, I have some crackers, so maybe I could also put some crackers inside of the soup. I hardly cook. To be honest with you, the only soup that I really put crackers in are the clam chowders. Is the clam chowder soup? I love clam chowder. A good clam chowder soup. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I see there are only 3 likes, and I know I had more people in here. This is a newspaper clipping. There's that washer that's off cycle, off balance rather, that's making that sound. Oh, they have strawberries, organic strawberries for 3.99. That's not bad. Organic cherries for 4.99 a pound. Organic peaches and plums for 4.99 a pound, as opposed to the non-organic ones are just $1 less. And then they have sweet blueberries too for $4. Aren't blueberries supposed to always be sweet? All right, guys, thank you for joining. I'm going to restart the live, okay?